Hello, I'm Mike Gordon, and welcome to Perfect Playthroughs, where our objective is to accomplish everything the game has to offer. And today we will be revisiting another game from Summer of Sega in Biohazard Battle. Conditions are simple. We need to beat the game on easy difficulty or higher. I'm actually gonna pick this ship this time because I think that I've read somewhere that this ship is the best of the lot, but I don't remember where or why. So yes, this is another Halloween themed episode, though a little bit more abstract in a sense compared to Columns 3. So the reason why I tackled this game for Biohazard Battle, I don't have a lot of Halloween themed episodes, and the ones that I do have outside of Decap Attack are way too long. Now, after sampling some of these ammos with this ship, I determined that the red ammo is the best in the game. Green kinda sucks, and so does blue for this particular ship. Right now, level 1 is just the sample all the ammo types and see what works. The blue one is unbelievably terrible on the... Now, something worth noting is I definitely don't recall any of these ammo types being what you use. What I used previously in Summer of Sega, so it tells me that the different ships you use... Yeah, I'm literally showing off each of the ammo types. So depending on the ship will depend on what color ammo, what each of the 4 color ammos actually does. So that's it for the practice stage. And ultimately I decided that for this ship, I'm gonna go with this one. Blues is just way too slow and hovers around everywhere. Green's decent, it's kind of a spread shot, though it also moves pretty slow. I imagine yellow would probably be decent in tight corners, but I don't know. This ship, the red one on this ship is probably the best because it's literally a homing attack. Moves really fast, so you can literally rapid fire that shit for a ton of damage. So why is this a Halloween themed episode? Well, because of the bugs. And I don't mean glitches either, I mean all the bugs and creepy crawlies. And I really don't like them. Okay, so a few games I actually considered for this spot for Halloween. Alien Storm was... honestly, if not for how difficult it is to achieve a perfect playthrough in that game, and can take multiple tries at too. If not for those things, I probably would have gone with Alien Storm. So I think it would have been a better option. But because it's very easy to screw up a perfect playthrough of Alien Storm and not know why, I decided to pass up on it. And 2 other games I thought about was Echo the Dolphin, which I can't get behind the controls, and as such I deduced would be another game that would take too long to finish. Even though you can hypothetically achieve a perfect playthrough in under an hour, I wasn't gonna push my luck with that one. And look how awesome this one. It literally hovers on any enemy close by regardless of positioning for the little minigun. and it moves so fast that you can literally just shoot one target, another target, another target, another target. And there's one other game I thought about doing, but again, I realized it would take way too long. At least it has a save. The game actually has a save feature. But I wanted these to be solo episodes of perfect playthroughs. So I scrapped that one. Which is a damn shame, because I had a lot to say about that game. I'm not gonna tell you what it is in case I decide to cover it at a later date, but let's just say the game should consider itself lucky. So, by process of elimination, Biohazard Battle got the pick. Especially since, again, I hate bugs. So what's the story? Well, the plot of the game is actually set on an alien planet. Mankind is basically following a full-scale biological warfare between nations. Humanity literally fled the planet and went to hypersleep just outside the planet's surface. A couple hundred years after this war, they decided that, okay, we're gonna wake up from hibernation and we're gonna try to reclaim our planet. Which has now been infested by all these giant bugs and creepy crawlies. And as I said during Summer of Sega, this is honestly a surprisingly beginner-friendly shoot-'em-up. And while I don't see it ranking among unseasoned Genesis players' list of favorite shoot-'em-ups, I can definitely see a casual Genesis gamer naming this their favorite Genesis game. For my money, I would probably say Eliminate Down is my favorite shoot-'em-up, even though that game kicked my ass. That also would have been a decent Halloween-themed episode to go with, but I want to actually get good enough at that game before I actually start playing it. You'd be surprised how many shoot-'em-ups there are on the Genesis that can actually would be well suited for Halloween. Like, there's a bunch of creepy eldritch horrors, like Eliminate Down, body horrors. Sure, some of the most notable names like Musha or Sagaya probably aren't all that Halloween themed. Certainly not the Thunder Force games, but I can definitely see something like Truxton make it in as a Halloween themed episode. Alright, stage 3 is cleared. And let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Alright, we are in position. Good. This is actually one of the few levels where where it would be safe to question whether or not the red gun would be good. And honestly, in a level like this, I probably would go with spread gun. With the green ammo for the spread gun. Blue could also be pretty decent because your bolt ammo actually lingers and can cancel some of the other ammo types out. And we have to be careful because these enemies spawn infinitely, and this is another reason why you might want to consider like this one of the green or blue ammo types. A place like this, because the ammo also spreads out. And they can act as shields from the other ammo types. But on the other hand, you could also find yourself getting pincered and not be able to do anything about it. And the red could possibly bail you out in that regard. Act quick and act with extreme prejudice. Alright, and we have to be... Alright, we're just tearing through this section. Yeah, this is probably a section where the green blue ammo types probably wouldn't have been that much helpful. Neither would the yellow. There was an extra life that spawned up there, so I grabbed it. Alright, we are nearing the boss. Every level except for the first has a boss fight. And honestly, this red gun is an absolute lifesaver against this boss because it just rips through his defenses. Within a matter of seconds. I actually recalled in Summer of Sega this battle taking way longer than it probably should have. Well, not with the red gun. Well, not with the homing gun. Which again, slices through all manner of defenses like butter. So even though there are better gun types, I think I feel comfortable just using the homing laser for the rest of the game. Oh, at this stage, I probably could have done with, like, the green... Say, the green one. But this is a wide open area. And just look at that. The red gun just rips through big enemies super quickly. Without even trying. I think I definitely nailed hit the nail on the head with this one. So yeah, this is... You know, this is not a terribly horror-themed level, because I don't think Under the Sea is as scary as Bugs. It's still kind of creepy and uneasy, and again, it should be known that Echo the Dolphin was considered for a Halloween episode. And that's in spite of the fact that the underwater stuff ain't the reason for it. I just didn't think the game was that fun. Controls are really weird. Does not feel natural. So yeah, that's how Biohazard Battle literally won out for this spot. Alright, and... yeah, we are gonna fight this boss, which is definitely kind of freaky looking. Reminds me of that fish from Sword of the Stone. And finding out that's a snapper and snappers are a genuinely horrifying fish in real life. Not sure how realistic it would be for one to be living in a castle moat. But they're mean motherfuckers. At least the snapper from Sword of the Stone meets the anglerfish from Finding Nemo. Now there's a reason why you have to beat this game on easy mode or higher. Because if you were to play the game on practice mode, this would be the final level. But it's not. There's 2 more levels after this. 3 more levels after this. I mean, to be fair, this does sort of feel like a climax to a shoot 'em up, doesn't it? A potential final boss. The whole stage itself is literally this boss fight broken up in multiple phases. But it's not, it's level 5, or is it level 6? I forgot. So yes, this game is great for beginners of the shoot 'em up genre. It's good, it's great for people who are fans of bug and plant horror. Lots of great deal of emphasis on the fungi in this episode. I mean, in this stage. But I digress. Just gotta blast a charge shot every time he goes back here. And that's it. Very, very, very easy. And very, very beginner friendly. So yeah, I'm just gonna continue blasting through these. And I think this is the penultimate level. This music kind of reminds me of the Stage 4 second screen theme in Streets of Rage 3. Except this game came out first, obviously. Heck, I think this game came out before Streets of Rage 2. Yeah, because Streets of Rage 2, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Hyperstone Heist, and Sonic the Hedgehog 2 all came out at around the same time. Not just the same year, around the same time. And I think Biohazard Battle came out was an earlier release. Don't quote me on this, but I think Sega continued releasing shoot-'em-ups on the Genesis until '94. I think that was the last year that we got any shoot-'em-ups for the Genesis. So, yeah. This is probably definitely the stage. At this point, you can definitely feel how underpowered the homing gun is gonna be. So I have to think carefully about my positioning. Something I never mentioned, because this game's really easy on easy, especially even on easy mode. It's that the gun is supposed to block bullets for it. Can be that little miniature gun next to your main ship is meant to help block ships for you. Furthermore, it literally rotates around you based on positioning, so if you want the ship to be behind you, you move forward. If you want it to be below you, you go up. It literally shifts direction based on what direction you go, and it shifts its direction in the opposite direction of where you're heading. So because of this, in such a narrowly crimped space, the homing gun definitely gets nerfed quite a bit. Ultimately, I do think it will still be a net positive to keep it, since all you have to do is readjust your positioning so that your little turret will actually be where you want it to be. Alright, we made past the difficult section. And interestingly enough, this level doesn't have a boss. Stage 1 and 7 are the only two stages not to have any boss fights, which is interesting. Instead, Stage 7 is just this little gauntlet against these weird things that just shoot at you from every direction. Alright, we got him. Stage 7 is cleared. And final stage. Another thing too is that this ship, in addition to having a busted homing gun, Though how Bus is in a stage like this remains to be seen, but it is working wonders for me all the same. So I'm changing none of it. That was a really dangerous place. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling like I'm in good condition here. You just have to watch for those little bullets. It's very easy not to see them on a big screen. I'm not one of those, my eyes aren't what they used to be. My eyes are great. I can see with pretty good clarity with them. But you know, if you don't train your eyes, it's very easy to miss those little red specks that will just shoot you, especially from an enemy that's super up close. And this guy is kind of annoying, so what you want to do is just make sure he's always facing in a direction where you can deal the most damage. Which is forward or to the right. So yeah, we are just gonna stay down here. You want to be as far away from where the enemies are likely to wind up, which is either the floor or the ceiling. This is definitely a section where you'd want to spread shot because you're facing the opposite direction. But I may do given the circumstances. Alright. Another one of those hungry mouth things has been killed. And yeah. And just like that, we're at the final boss. We had some immunity previously, but whatever. Probably should have fired a charge shot a couple times earlier than this, but whatever, this is the final boss. And I don't know what this thing is. I think it's supposed to be a supercomputer. But I have no idea what that has to do with trying to reclaim a planet that has been overtaken by nature following a biological warfare. I'm guessing this is the machine that's constantly producing these creatures that have completely infested the planet. And that's it for the second phase, now for the third phase. And it sort of moves in erratic patterns too, so I gotta figure out when the best time to charge up a shot against it would be. Oh, we already beat him. Okay, good. And just like that, we clear the final level. Planet Avalon was saved by the Bio Warriors. They returned to their cryogenic sleep deep inside the mothership. A peaceful moment. But who can say that a similar crisis will never occur again? Honestly, I think the only thing missing is we could have done the two-player. I could have played this game two-player. That's literally the only thing I didn't show off. That and the other two ships. But, you know, I think I got the gist of it. I think this is a perfect playthrough. Accomplish everything the game has to offer. Look pretty clean all throughout. And it's nice. And it's short, sweet, and to the point. And over sits welcome in the least. Whew. But yeah, it's definitely the easiest of the shoot 'em ups in my Genesis collection, bar none. Definitely one of the more fun ones too. Actually, to be fair, I think I like Eliminate Down and I like Soldies better. And I think I even like some of the 3D games like Galaxy Force and Space Harrier 2 better. At the very least, Space Harrier 2. I forgot, I no longer have my, I don't have my tier list up anymore. So I can't really tell for sure. I do think I'm mostly just be nitpicking at this point, but I do think of the shoot 'em ups in my Genesis collection, my favorites have to be Eliminate Down and maybe Soldies. I already played Soldies without the invincibility cheat. That's also a nice kick in the ass, but I was able to beat it. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. Mike Gordon signing out. Happy Halloween.